Welcome to the Mulligan Menace. Today we're playing Simic Druneth. The big card in this deck is Druneth, Reviver of the Hive. It's a green and a blue trample. Whenever you cast a creature spell with mana value equal to Druneth's power, copy that spell, except the copy isn't legendary, then put a +1/+1 counter on Druneth. The whole idea of this is you want to first do a 1 casting cost spell, get a counter on that, then a 2 casting cost creature, put a counter on it, 3 casting cost creature, put a counter on it, and obviously the dream is to get a Boroid and get another counter on it to duplicate it. All those creatures will get duplicated. Doesn't matter if they have legendary. The second copy is non-legendary. It is pretty awesome for that. Other cards that you have in the deck, you want to have a lot of 1-drops just to help fire off Druneth to start with. We have a Siren, which also has the added benefit of getting the map token, so if you do need to pump it up one more, you got that map token, you can help with that. Gene Pollinator helps get additional mana, plus it's a 1-drop. Obviously, we got the elves in here to ramp. Paw Patch Recruit is always good. It's a 1-drop, but can be a 3-drop with the Offspring ability, giving you multiple creatures. Also allows you to do your go-wide strategy with a Boroid. We do have the Snakeskin Veil to help out quite a bit with Hexproof. We have an Azure Beastbinder in here. We actually got 2 of them. This is a Vigilance. This creature can't be blocked by creatures with power 2 or greater. Whenever this creature attacks up to 1 target artifact, creature, or planeswalker, an ability loses its ability. It becomes a 2/2 basically. Basically helps get rid of those stubborn creatures that are in there that are stopping a lot of problems or things you're trying to do. Innkeeper's Talent is another way to add +1/+1 talents or counters to Druneth. Also, it allows you to add them to the Genomorph, Imago, and the Sita Varma. The Genomorph, its base power and toughness can be 3/3, or I should say you can make anybody do that with a land you drop. You got enough land so you can actually turn stuff into a 6/6. That helps out quite a bit when it comes to something like the Boroid. You get added abilities with that by utilizing this creature. The Sita Varma, this is one that we haven't seen played too much, but actually works really good in this deck. It kind of has that ability where, with the exhaust ability that you have there, one, you can put a lot of +1/+1 counters on this through either like the talent or doing other tricks to do so. But once you do that, you can cast for an exhaust. Even doing an X of 2 in this situation can make this creature's power 5 or 6, depending on what you're doing at that time. And by doing so, if you have enough creatures, especially with the Paw Patch Recruit, things like that out there, it can make things pretty big. Or even better, if you got a Boroid on board pumping this thing up and then you exhaust, you're making everything so much larger. This has a base power of 5 then in that situation, plus all its counters that are on top of it, making everything so much larger again. It's crazy what you can all do with this deck and how it synergizes with each other. We also do have the Sirach Elusive Hunter, 3 of them in there. One, this is going to be pretty much on your high end. You might get lucky to get the Boroid down. It's going to be pretty hard to trigger Druneth with it, just to get her up to that before she gets removed. But you can possibly get to the Sirach. The nice thing about this, one, it can't be countered. The other thing is, whenever a creature you control or a creature spell you control becomes a target of a spell, you draw a card. Huge ability, so if you can get on the battlefield with all your really good creatures that you have with the Paw Patches and the Druneths and the Genomorphs and the Sita Varmas, you're going to be drawing a lot of cards. So very good in those different situations that are going on. And also, it always is nice to drop that right before you drop the Boroid, because even if they have removal or they're holding it on for something like a Boroid, you're going to be drawing cards off of that. You got your normal lands here, Sanctums, Pool, Verge, and Starting Towns. All in all, it's a low casting cost deck, and it plays very aggressively. Please hit that subscribe button below. That really helps me grow the channel. And if you want to be the earliest to see the latest different decks that I post, hit that bell icon. Otherwise, let's get into the gameplay. All right, Simic Druneth. Let's look at this. We do have a turn to play with the talent. We do see that with turn 3. Jeez, this is a pretty good hand as long as we draw land. Let's keep it. Let's keep it. All right, tap land. We don't want to pay for the untap land if we don't need to. Exile a card. Well, let's do one of these. Botanical Sanctum. Get the Gen more. We can follow that up with the Innkeeper's Talent or the Elusive Hunter. We might do the Elusive Hunter because it looks like they're going to have a lot of removal here. We'd like to draw some cards off of that. Alright, we can double spell next turn, which is always nice. Kind of looks like they're playing a Demon Shell, possibly. The new Demon deck typically has the Ruthless in it. Alright, what do you got? Trail. Alright. That gets around the claws. Okay, we did draw another creature. There we go. Already firing her up. We can then cast our 2 casting cost creature. Let's hope they don't remove it. Strategic Betrayal won't do it. Acolyte. Alright. Well, we can cast our 2 casting cost creature. Don't want to attack into that. We do have our flyers. Elusive Hunter's going down next turn. This deck can really snowball here. Haha. Alright, they were trying to prevent it. Alright, Elusive Hunter's probably still a good play here. But I kind of want to get counters on our Masked Racer. And then we can get an elf down. Put a counter there. Attack in. Okay, gets rid of our 1 card. Not sure how much the ward would matter, but the other ability would be pretty good. Let's start with this. Toss that. Cast another Siren. We will ward. That's pretty good. Want to diversify this a little bit. All right, they're in a lot of trouble here. We do have a couple different abilities to do. Oroboroid obviously is probably the way to go. Although this just gives us some massive creatures. Target opponent exiles creature they control in their graveyard. Okay, well, let's get rid of one of our tokens here. I mean, that's actually no. We have them because we have the flyers. Good game. All right, let's look at this. We go first. We got an elf. We even have a Paw Patch recruit, a Druneth. This is pretty solid. We can have a pretty sick turn too by doing this, and then follow it up with a turn 3. Let's keep it. We'll get the elf down. We don't actually have a 2-drop. Okay, we'll start with Druneth. Get the Paw Patch down. We'll be able to duplicate it. You got that nice added ability now. They're going to want to get rid of Druneth probably pretty quick. Yep, kind of figured that. Let's go with... put a token on both of these guys. Still got a solid turn 3 play here. Alright, good thing we got the tokens. Back in. Good game. Too quick of a start. All right, let's look at this. This is a perfect starting hand here. We got the elves into the Druneth, and then we can cast the Paw Patch, followed up by the Beastbinder and the Innkeeper's Talent. This is like perfect hand as long as the opponent doesn't have any removal on it. So that's the way we want to play this one. We will keep it. Another Druneth. Suppose I need a forest to be perfect, to be honest with you, but... Alright, that's a little bit better here. We can drop elf. Alright. Really need an untapped land here. Not island. We need to get the... Okay, that ain't doing it, but we'll get it. We'll get there with this. We will cast the Offspring Paw Patch. See if they counter it. It's a pretty solid one for them to counter. Especially with the Offspring hold. Okay. Don't mind that. Means we have 4 land next turn. I got the Curiosity. That's interesting. I don't want him to draw a card. So I'm actually going to block right there. Well, the field is open. You kind of have to. We can get a lot of creatures down next turn, too. I'm going to let him come in. I know they're going to draw 2, unfortunately, but... Okay. So we are going to cast... Druneth. We'll follow up with the Paw Patch. Quite a few creatures on the board. They're all going to get fairly large. Attack in. Even if they wipe the board somehow, we still have good plays. Interesting. I think I do want to actually prevent this. We still have lethal on board. Shouldn't say we have lethal on board necessarily, because we do have Sanctuary up on our side. 3, 8. I guess we do actually. Okay, they bounced that. We took it on the Ouroboros. So we got 2 9 power creatures if we don't do anything else. Okay. Cast Druneth now. And double up the Paw Patch again. Basically get back to where we were. They're gonna counter that. Paw Patch. We're going to have to block every single creature that we have next turn. Or get rid of them. Because if this pumps up 9... They attack for 2. What else are they going to do? They're probably going to draw. I mean, they could have an Aetherize, which I got to definitely play around here. The question is, are they going to have a card that's going to matter? Alright, I'm going to do Elusive Hunter. That way any shenanigans they're probably going to do right away. Trample. Trample. So they tap it down. Tap that one down. Apple. Apple. Another one. Apple. Apple. Interesting. Don't want to cast that. I guess. They can't block that much power. I don't know what they were thinking. Alright, good game. Alright, let's look at this. We got 3 land, which is nice. We can actually produce all types of mana. We could do a Druneth turn 2. We do need to get a counter on it. Which leaves you kind of wanting to hold the Pollinator. Maybe that's what the play. We'll see what they play here. We'll drop the pretty cool. A little nervous to drop the Druneth turn 2. I might just wait till turn 3. Kind of really slows us down, to be honest with you. Probably should drop it. There's really only one card they can take that can do what they need to do here. And we'll get the Druid down. That way we can double next turn. It's just too powerful. Just hope they don't have their move. Alright, I think we're good. That is awesome for a turn. Next turn. The unfortunate thing is we need to untap a land, but we can actually tap it with Gene Pollinator. We got it. We got it. So let's start with this. We'll get 2 creatures. We'll get 2 creatures there. We can even attack him. And double block here. So the question is, should we drop the Simic first, followed by? That feels greedy, doesn't it? It'll give us a lot of draws here if they hit our Druneth. Our Druneth grows as well. They'll trade if we try attacking. That actually might be a good thing for us. Get 2 of their creatures off the board. That help them gain life. All right, we'll make them sack 2 of their creatures basically to kill Druneth. That's fine. Keep them down in health. Next turn, we're gonna have the Boread down. We'll actually have 2 Boreads down. It's gonna get kind of nasty for them. Okay, they're gonna go after the Druneth. No, they're not. Okay. Interesting. All right. Well, first things first. Get 2 Boreads down. This is just cheeky at this point. We'll pay 2 life. We'll get this down. We'll tap another one of these. We'll get counters on everything. Oh, this is going to be a nasty turn next turn. Yeah, I guess Druneth can attack. Attack there. Sure. No, we don't do that. We do that. Do that. Let's see how they block. I mean, we're just gonna exhaust this next turn, so it's gonna be massive. Okay. Kept them alive. All right. Gained a little bit of life. All right, we're gonna exhaust for free. 4. Good game. All right, let's look at this. Opponent goes first. We do have 2 land. Pretty solid, though. We can do a Elves followed by Druneth and a Paw Patch, as long as they don't remove the Elf. Or the Druneth. We'll see what they do. They only have their 1 form of removal in this deck, so if we don't see it right away, we're probably not going to see it. We'll check to see what they're going to do here. Okay, I think we're going to be in pretty good shape here. No blocks. We're going to do Druneth. Do we want Paw Patch or do we want Gene? This gives us more mana. I guess we have enough. We want to grow our guys here. We don't mind blocking with them either. Okay, we want a 2 casting cost creature here. Well, I suppose we can get Druneth pumped up. But this is where the mana would have came in handy. Cast the Siren. Follow it with Double Paw. I think we're gonna... let them block. I mean, I'm okay with them not gaining as much life. Trying to keep them in check here. Ooh, not a good sign if they don't have a second land. For them, that is. Okay. Yeah, we'll block that. We got the token, which is what we wanted from that creature. Come on. There we go. Don't need that. Get 2 of those down. This is already getting pretty filthy. We're going to attack out here. Let him block there. He's not even bothering. Good game. That was Simic Druneth. This deck actually kind of surprised me with how aggressive it was. I know it's low casting cost, but I really wasn't expecting the board to grow as fast as it did. Druneth is just a beast, especially when you can get that dream turn of a turn 1 elf followed by a Druneth into a Paw Patch Recruit or a Pollinator. I think I did both of those during this game, if I'm not, or the games, if I'm not mistaken. But man, even if you have one more turn and you can actually drop multiple, you can drop 1 Paw Patch and then a Varma or something like that. It's crazy, especially if you get to the point where you're actually duplicating a Hunter. That's insane. I know the one game we even got to Boroid, which you can just see how crazy that gets. At that point, you just took over the game. Really nice that you have the Boroid as kind of a secondary plan, that you're not really worried about Druneth really creating all these creatures. Boroid just can win the game on its own. You do have some sneaky creatures in here, Beastbinder. You do have the Innkeeper's Talent to just grow stuff out anywhere. You have that Flyer that's elusive that you can put counters on if you need to get that damage in. Just a lot of neat little synergies that are in this deck. Really enjoyed playing it. Like I said earlier, please hit that subscribe button. We have new videos every day. If you want to be one of the first ones to see it, hit that bell icon to get notified. Otherwise, have a fantastic day.